A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Lock in.
Trubisky will throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. It got his man, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one, 48 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
We're go.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25. To the 26-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Hey. Here we go. Wide. Here you go. Check.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, switch. Gun. Here we go, 46. Check 4. Hey, 47. 26.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Wide 80. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. 26. Gun, gun, gun. 26.
Throwing, Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A first down carry by Elliott. Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Prescott, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
46. Gun, gun, gun. You. Move. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out, get out. Here we go, 47, 47.
Again to Elliott. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 9 yards on the gain there, and it's going to bring up a tough 3rd and 7.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
25, check 25. Gun. Watch 26.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey, 4 down. Tight dog. Switch and hey, move. 41's the will. Gun. 26.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And that's caught by Beasley. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Shift. Switch. Here we go, get that. Let's go, get out. Take it. Go, get out there. Motion. No, off. Here we go, 47. Watch out.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. For the Chicago Bears, Charles, as kind of the dust settles on this season, how do you think that they will remember it? Because right now, The fresh wound is there with the missed field goal. We get that. But it's a pretty good season they just had.
It certainly has been. Remember, they were last in the NFC North in 2018. They won the division in 2019, their first NFC North title since 2010. They acquired Khalil Mack to begin the year. And remember, they had a heartbreaking loss at Green Bay on a Sunday night to open the season. A lot of teams would have gone south after that. Instead, they went 7-1 at home, won 9 of 10 to close the year. They're going to be heard from in the seasons to come.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Now Trubisky to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. I ultimately think that Mahomes wins this award. I think he distanced himself late in the season from Brees, and it's hard for a defender to win the MVP.
Rookie of the year, Barkley, or does Mayfield have a shot?
Personally, I would give it to Barkley because he's been there all 16, but Mayfield made Cleveland relevant, put them in a position where maybe we were even talking about the playoffs, and boy, the excitement level has really ramped up. I would not be surprised at all if he walked away with the award.
Lastly, what about Coach of the Year? And does Frank Reich have a shot after starting 1-5 in Indy?
He should be in that conversation, shouldn't he? But I think ultimately it comes down to Matt Nagy in Chicago and Anthony Lynn with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Nagy's going to win it because the Chargers were picked in preseason to actually win their division or contend. The Bears were not.
Forced, trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Jones breaking from the contact.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time. And that'll bring up second down. An exciting week with a divisional round coming up on the NFC side of things, Charles. Dallas at L.A., the Rams. Philadelphia at New Orleans. What do you think?
Well, I can't wait because Dallas at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams feel like they've gotten their mojo back down the stretch on offense. Dallas feels like they can pound and bruise against anyone with Ezekiel Elliott carrying the load. That's going to be a marquee game. And how about Philadelphia, New Orleans, the defending Super Bowl champs? Here comes Nick Foles again. New Orleans, the #1 seed at home. They don't lose at home in the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era in the playoffs. This is going to be fun. Remember, they played earlier this year, and New Orleans wiped out Philadelphia.
And you'll be calling that game. Enjoy it, partner.
Can't wait.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Lock in, lock in. Go. Lock in, lock in.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas Cowboys so good at home this year. 7-1 during the regular season. That helped earn them the NFC East title. So they come home. They beat Seattle. Now, though, they go on the road for a much tougher test.
It is indeed a much tougher test. The Los Angeles Rams, a defensive front led by Aaron Donald, who many think could be the MVP of the league this season. And since 1996, the Dallas Cowboys are 0-5 in the divisional round, so they're trying to take on history as well.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, get out, get out.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the Cowboys will punt it on 4th down. As on is the veteran Chris Jones to kick it away. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. This is taken at the 15. 35 yards that time on the punt, and the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now it's Trubisky. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Trubisky now to throw on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now Austin. Whoosh. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. The give is to Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Now Elliott spins back, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, as the 1st half is winding down, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And that will make this a 16-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Let's go, get out. Hey, watch the screen. What do you think? Gun.
A second down throw for Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Cowboys on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Go. Get out there. Switch. Hey. What do you think?
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, they run with Howard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Lock in.
3rd and 2. Now Trubisky. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears cut into that lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 11 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Go, get out there.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
What do you think? What do you think?
Now Dak on the option left. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
3 down. Hey, 47. Watch the edge.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here. Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Hey, 4 down. What do you think? Move.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. They'll roll him out right. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
You ain't going nowhere. Gun. Go. Get out there. Go. Get out there. Go. Get out there. Here we go, 47. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. And Beasley with it over the middle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46.
Prescott on 1st down. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Stops short of the 25. The nice move couldn't ultimately free him. 7 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Finding some room at midfield. 31 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jonathan Bullard in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Check 26, check 26. Here we go, 46.
Second down, Prescott. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be third and forever.
Here we go, 46. Whip. Watch the whip. Here we go, 47. 46.
Prescott from the gun. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Hang on, we got, you see it, you see it?
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He leads this one for Howard. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now Trubisky to throw on second. Over the middle, that's caught by Miller. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this.
Check three, check three, check three. Set up, 180.
Now Trubisky on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Red, up. Lock in, lock in.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Gun. Here we go, 46, 46. Under. 26.
Throwing here, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man, complete. A big play here for the Cowboys. 48 yards. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch is 8. Gun. Go, get out there.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off Byron Jones. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
46. 26.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Buying time to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A very solid gain of 27. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Elliott, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point up and through. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is Howard on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Lock in, lock in.
They're not ready for this. They still playing.
Trubisky will throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. That's taken it around the 40. 31 yards on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just 1 kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Now Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.